Hi friends, I'm Satish Rawal and today I'm going to teach you the uses of embedded question. First of all, I would like to tell you why we use embedded question. We use embedded questions to make our questions polite, right? Normally, direct questions are not spoken by native speakers and it is not a part of their manners or some courtesy or something like that. So when we talk to somebody, maybe they are friends or strangers or whoever they are, but we always use embedded questions. What is embedded question? That I'll just simplify it. Embedded question simply is a question when there is a question inside a question. So in a very short way you can understand that you are mixing two questions together, but some certain changes come when you do so, right? So what I have done, I have just written down 5 rules on the board and I'll just go through each and every rule and then you will easily understand how to make or how to frame an embedded questions. Okay, rule number first is we omit do, does and did. We omit do, does and did. When it's a direct question is what time did he leave? Look, if I am changing this into embedded question, what I'll do, what time he left. I'll just remove did here and I'll just normal form of the word is left or past is left. Now this is embedded question, what time he left, but you are connecting with some introductory phrases. Certain introductory phrases are there that I have noted down here. I have written down. I wonder, could you tell me, do you know, can you remember, let's ask, we need to find out, I would like to know, I'm not sure, would you mind explaining? This is not a complete list. I repeat here, this is not a complete list, but why we are doing so, that we will get idea how we frame embedded questions. Now suppose I'm just connecting this with this now. Could you tell me what time he left? Now if you say could you tell me what time did he leave, then it's going to be a grammatically incorrect sentence. So what is the best way? You are just using these ready to use phrases and then you are making change here. So the direct question was what time did he leave? Now I am making could you tell me what time he left? Now let me go to rule number 2. Rule number 2 is again very easy. Reverse the positions of subject and verb. Okay. So it's a normal question and simple question. Question is he a doctor? So look, I am putting here verb auxiliary here. Is he a doctor? Okay. And suppose I want to say, if suppose I am connecting with these introductory phrases. Suppose I am connecting with this. Do you know? Then do you know? What I will do? I will write here like this. Do you know if he is a doctor? Look, the position of the verb is again you are here. You are putting is here. He is a doctor. Do you know if he is a doctor? So is he a doctor? It's a direct question. But do you know if he is a doctor? Do you know if he is a doctor? So this you have to keep in mind that whenever you are making embedded questions, verb part is going to be after subject, right? Is, am, are, was, were, whatever the auxiliary verbs are there, all will be placed here after subject. I repeat here, the verb is going to be placed after subject. You are not supposed to use this. If you say, do you know if is he a doctor, that's going to be incorrect sentence. Again, grammatically it is incorrect and it doesn't sound better actually. When you see all native speakers, this is how they speak. Do you know if he is a doctor? Do you know if he is a doctor? Like that. Rule number 3. Do not use a verbal contractions at the end of the sentence. Do not use verbal contractions at the end of the sentence. What happens actually when we speak normal sentences and we are very much used to speak that contractions, am, he, she, you are, they are, we are making contractions, right? But what is the warning here? Do not use verbal contraction at the end of the sentence. Suppose here it is the question, direct question is where is she? And suppose let's ask, we are connecting with this, right? What we will do, let's ask where C is. Now the change I am making, you see here, where C is, I am putting is here, right? It's a question word, where C is. The entire thing is, let's ask where C is. Okay, now it's no question mark is required because not starting phrase. You have to keep in mind one thing: if the starting introductory phrases are in a question form, then you are supposed to use question mark there. Otherwise you are not supposed to use question mark there, right? So let's ask is an imperative kind of sentence, that's why we are not using question mark here. Let's ask where C is. So look what I did here. Again I put the verb after the subject. The verb was here, where is C, in direct question, but now you are saying let's ask where C is. Rule number 4, use whether or not and if when there is no question word in the sentence. Sometimes what happens, there are so many types of questions, but normally there are two categories we have for the questions. One, questions we start with question words just like who, why, where, what, when, how. Okay, one question type is just yes no question type, that's called yes no question type. Normally people, when you ask, they say yes no. So look, this example here, direct question is will he be there, will he be there. There is no question word here, so but there's a question, where will he be there, right? Now suppose you are starting with this introductory phrases, I am not sure, then what you will do, you are writing if, right? Because it's written here in the rule, it is written whether or not and if. These three things or phrases and words you can use if you are changing this kind of question in embedded question. So what you are saying now, I am not sure if he will be there, so you are putting he will be. First you are writing he and then you are writing will. So look how the thing is changing. This modal verb is will and it is coming after the subject. I am not sure if he will be there. You have to be clear. Again I told you introductory phrase is not in a question form. So what you will do is just remove this question mark and put a full stop here. In written test or written English grammar, this is very much important to understand and know that if introductory phrases, suppose this could you tell me, it's a question form, do you know, it's a question form, can you remember, it's a question form, then would you mind explaining, it's a question form. But rest of the introductory phrases, I'm not sure, I would like to know, we need to find out, let's ask, right? These are not question form, right? In that situation what we will do, we will not put a question mark. If it's a introductory phrases are in the question form, then you are going to put a question mark, right? The last one is rule number 5. The last one is modal auxiliary will precede the main verb. What is direct question? What should I do? What should I do? But suppose you are speaking like that, I am not sure what I should do. What you are doing? You are writing first I, means subject first, and then modal verb should. I am not sure what I should do. Okay, so look, again you are removing question mark because now I am not sure, it's not a question form, so you are just putting a full stop or period. No? Some people call it, in American English they call it period, and in British English they call it full stop. Okay, so just you have to remove question mark and you have to put a full stop. This is very much important for written communication. When you are speaking, actually of course it is very much necessary. When you are speaking something, your verbal contraction or speaking or speech, intonation, stress, pronunciation, accent, there are so many things that matter when you speak something. But when you write, 2-3 things matter a lot: spelling, the placement of the word, and punctuation marks. Punctuation marks become very much important when you make or do some written communication. Thanks for watching this live video. Hope you have enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to like the press the bell icon. Thanks.